So I've seen Fantastic Beasts twice now, and I think I like it more than most people do, and it's still not amazing, but I think I just enjoy it for what it is. There is definitely problems in there. I think there's one main problem, and this is the only film that I've gone to see twice in cinema just to get a feel of the film, because after leaving the cinema the first time, I just didn't quite know what the film was going for. With the Potter films, they all knew exactly what they were doing. They all had a story, fulfillment of that story, and then also their own elements that pushed it forward in the overall narrative of all the films. So it was very planned and thought out. Whereas I think the main fault with Fantastic Beasts is it just doesn't have the focus as the Potter films do. The tone is all over the place. It really doesn't know what it's doing. Most of the plot is sort of sidelined just to show off the beasts for a while, which I've got no problem with, to be honest. But if you're gonna focus on the beasts, make sure what plot you do have is engaging enough, and it's not. The film goes from abusive mother in one scene, which is quite dark stuff, to Eddie Redmayne trying to mate with a rhinoceros. You know, it's all over the place. And I'm not saying you can't balance out the light with the dark, because that's what good films do. You need a bit of light if there's going to be darkness. But this film doesn't do it well at all. So jarring, the tone is all over the place. It doesn't help the film at all. But it just doesn't seem to know what it's doing. Just doesn't seem to know what it wants. If you haven't seen it, I'm gonna talk spoilers. But if you were gonna watch it at this point and cared about spoilers, you would have seen it already. So the actors are fine. I like all the performances. Eddie Redmayne is very good. Colin Farrell's surprisingly flat in the film. It sort of becomes slightly apparent why, sort of, when it turns out he's Johnny Depp, which I just don't understand. I just don't get what the point of that was. Main criticism I have is that the film just doesn't know what it wants. It doesn't know where it's headed. Like, originally, it was going to be a trilogy. And then before this had even came out, they announced that it was going to be pushed up to 5 films. And I originally thought, oh, okay, good, more films in the Wisdom world. But I assumed all 5, it was going to be Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Fantastic Beasts and whatever, like all the Potter films. So it would be Fantastic Beasts would be the Harry Potter, and then and Where to Find Them would be the Philosopher's Stone, Prisoner of Azkaban, that type of thing. But from all the comments that I've heard from everyone involved, it looks like with these 5 films, they're going to sort of push more towards the Dumbledore and Grindelwald face-off and everything that comes along with that. And they've said that Eddie Redmayne will sort of get pushed into the background more as Newt Scamander. Don't make it a Fantastic Beasts series. Don't make it a film franchise if all 5 of the films aren't going to be Fantastic Beasts. Why not? If that is the goal, make this film just a Fantastic Beasts film. Get rid of it, all of the other stuff that you're trying to do, and it might end up being a better film. Then do another film set in the Wisdom world. Like, do whatever. And then, if you really want to, then do a trilogy on Dumbledore and Grindelwald. Don't compromise the Fantastic Beasts potential, because it just makes no sense. If what they're saying, and they do end up just making them all sort of Fantastic Beasts and then the subtitles, we're going to have the 5th film, which is just going to be all-out war of Dumbledore and Grindelwald, and it's going to be called Fantastic Beasts. It just doesn't seem right. So I'd rather them do just individual films set in the Wisdom world than have to make it all the one series that all connects. And then, because I don't want Newt to be pushed aside. He was the best thing about Fantastic Beasts, and I really don't care about Grindelwald at this stage. I really don't. I'm not really looking forward to pushing all the good parts about Fantastic Beasts aside for them to focus on this in the future. And they didn't do it very well, and that's the problem with it, is because the issues with Fantastic Beasts is that they didn't know what they were doing. So I've got no faith that they planned all 5 films out as intricately as they did with the Harry Potter films. But I could be proved wrong. Everything could push along fine. But I'd much rather individual films, like a Marauders trilogy possibly, and then a singular Fantastic Beasts film, another film, and then just other things in between, or just do one Marauders film for now. Do your Dumbledore Grindelwald thing. Do a Fantastic Beasts film, but don't try and make them all the same thing and just put pieces of that there and pieces of that there, because it's not going to work. Anyway, thanks for listening to me moan a bit. Like I said, I do quite like the film for what it is. I think if you ignore the flaws and just take the film for what it is, you will enjoy it. But I do understand why a lot of people were disappointed with it. I think once they know what they want to do with this film series, then they'll be a lot better off. Thanks for watching, as always, and I'll see you next time.